physical and learning disabilities. Here's what you should know about the application process and getting underway through enrollment on the college campus. As you may know, the Americans with Disabilities Act says that colleges and universities must provide reasonable accommodations to students who have a documented physical or learning disability. Normally, the documentation will be provided by a professional who has expertise in assessing physical and learning disabilities, and that their report will contain specific recommendations that are necessary for you to thrive on campus. When applying to colleges, you know that you can ask the SAT and the ACT for special accommodations on taking those tests because of your disability. You may know also that colleges often have a disability services coordinator or office that supports and helps students who have documented disabilities. Generally speaking, it's best when your documentation is less than 3 years old. Therefore, you may want to consider having a reevaluation performed depending on the type of disability that you have before applying to colleges. Colleges will think about accommodations for students with disabilities in terms of academic resources, residential facilities, access to other kinds of buildings. These are all important for a student to be able to be successful on campus. Now, it's time for a pro tip. Should you disclose a disability in the application process? Well, first of all, if you do it in your essay, it should be because you have something else to say about it, right? Something that you've learned, that you've overcome, something that signals something about you, not just I have a disability. But in general, yes, it's probably a good idea to disclose your disability because colleges do understand that students have disabilities and need accommodations, and that's a fair and reasonable thing to do. However, I must say, in looking through the data from colleges across the country, I do have some concerns that there are institutions that have remarkably low percentages of their students who have physical and learning disabilities. For this reason, we have included in the data, in the snapshot of each college, the percentage of students who have registered disabilities. This is data that the colleges themselves reported to a federal database. And therefore, I encourage you to take a look at that data. If the data is low single percent in terms of students who have disabilities, I have to have some concerns about what's going on in their admission process. If they have higher numbers, and the national average should be somewhere around the 10, 11, 12% on a college campus do have a registered disability, then higher numbers to me signal more receptiveness to students with disabilities. So consider using the data that's provided in CollegesLike about the percentage of students who have registered disabilities on college campuses of the campuses that you are thinking about applying to for admission. Finally, when you enroll on a college campus, I want you to be prepared for something, which is that colleges will start to teach you more about self-advocacy and communication of your needs with your faculty members and with your resident assistants and with your communities. Now, generally, they will go with you and help you through the process of advocacy, but they will encourage you also to learn more about self-advocacy on the college campus.